Hello everybody, it is Believing Bruce, the channel where we help you understand what's going on inside your head that little bit better so you're more in control of how you think, feel and act. First of all, thank you very much for the interaction with the videos that I've been uploading for KSI and Logan Paul. Again, brand new to this YouTube stuff, but it seems to be quite popular. I've got a number of messages from, how can I say, high-profile YouTubers saying brilliant and giving me a few tips of what to do. They find it funny, informative, and balanced as well, which is, I think that's very nice that I'm managing to. Obviously, I'm not going to please everybody, but I'm trying to be fair and balanced. I can only offer what I see, and I don't profess that I can, that I can see everything. So again, please subscribe below if you like what I'm doing and give me a thumbs up. It was interesting, one of the comments that I got from one of these YouTubers, is that even the right name, is to get people to go to my Twitter and Instagram account. Again, I'm not sure how to use them, so it's going to be a journey for me. But here is my Twitter and Instagram accounts. So feel free to add me, follow me, message me. If you want to, if you want me to do anything or comment on anything, comment below or hit me up on these two social media platforms. Look at me, hit me up. That's something that I heard last night. Again, you'll see on my Instagram, it's BelievingBruce360. Because I'm so crap at technology, I actually deleted my Instagram account and I couldn't go back to Believing Bruce. And also one of the things that, can you share my video? Is this something where if you think it's purposeful or helpful, you can actually share it to widen the community? And one of the things that, if people help me out, I can give you something. I don't know what you're after or, to be part of the team. But anything you can do to help us out would be greatly appreciated. So the whole idea of this video, if you will, there were a number of people asking me, Bruce, I like what you're doing so far. You need to make a few tweaks, which is fair enough, and I'm going to go through them in a little bit. But can you actually have a look at the first fight to see... Sorry, I just got in from work here, so I always enjoy a few beers. Can you see what actually happened in the first fight? Can you pull it apart? Can you see anything? So, yes, I will do that, and that's the purpose of this video. Now, the idea with this particular video is that I want to address a few things from the comments below, because you're taking the time to watch my videos and, helpfully point out where you think I can get better and give me good feedback as well, so it really is all welcome. The first thing that I'll try to do is reduce the audio of the main footage when I'm talking, because again, I think, and thank you very much for pointing it out, that could be helpful for you to follow what I'm saying. The second one is pausing it. I can't really pause it, or sorry, I can technically pause it, but that would make the video so much longer. And again, I don't know the appetite for, if I have to pause it then to comment on absolutely everything, how long would that video be? So please, again, comment below whether that is something you think I should do or not do. I'm inclined not to do it because, again, the length would just be exaggerated. It could be very, very long. But again, it's all about you, the viewer. So I'm listening to it and I'm just offering some feedback from me. Also, yes, I do miss bits. Because when I'm commenting on stuff, again, I can only observe what I see. So when something crops up, when it grabs my attention, just like your good selves, is that it'll pull it and I'll start talking about it. So I may miss bits, and really I'm not bothered about that I miss bits. The fact is that in my job, what I do is very much one-to-one. So if you were to come in for a coaching session or psychological assessment, whatever it may be, I'm actually in the moment with you. You are in front of me. There is only one-to-one. It's, me with another person. So I see a lot more because I'm only interacting with that one person. I'll see the tells, I'll see the nervous twitches, I'll see how their body moves. I'll be able to listen to the words that they're saying, the cadence, the emphasis to put on certain words within the sentence, so I can help to read them a lot better. Whereas when I am looking at an overview of a picture with a lot of things going on, I don't profess I can miss it, I don't profess I can see it all, because I simply can't. I'll be drawn to what pulls to my attention and then I'll comment on that. And what I'd like you to do is just so you can understand where I'm coming from here and understand that you can't see it all neither. If you just do this little exercise where if you put your finger up in front of you and try this, and you can share it with your family or your friends. Because we think we can see everything and actually we can't, or at least not in great granularity. So if you put your finger up here and I want you to stare at your fingernail. Yeah, fingernail. You can probably see that with great clarity. Okay, I want you to put 2 fingers up. Now, even that, just that little bit of extra space, you've actually got to go from one fingernail to the other to focus on each fingernail. You can't see both of them in clear granularity, is my point. And that's because it's called 2 degrees of perfection. Is that we can actually only see so little in clarity that the rest of it, people think our peripheral vision is out here. Actually, it really is in the center of your vision. We see so little. So when I am, commenting on anything, that's because wherever I am looking at that particular time, that's the tiny area of my eyesight that's got the detail. So I might miss things, and actually, I don't give 2 shits. I'm not trying to get everything. I don't profess that I know everything, but what I do know is I probably understand and see more than the average person just because of my background. So, like, I wanted to say about, yes, I'll fix the audio. I'm not going to pause it, because I think the videos will be too big, and I will miss bits. But again, it's great to get these feedback from also yourself and YouTubers with a lot of, I was looking at one before, like, I didn't know you could get that many followers. So for me to be picked up on the radar, you guys sharing and commenting, it's brilliant. But again, that interaction, it's very important. So please do comment below what you want more of. So what I'm going to do is play this video. Again, this is credits to the KSI Logan Paul, is it the KSI Logan, KSI versus Logan, that's the channel that I am dragging the video from. Love Italian beer, especially at the end of a hard day. And let's go for this now. So again, all of the video will be used in relation to fair use under the comment and critique policy. Let's go for it. So KSI versus Logan Paul happened on August the 25th, the full fight. A lot of people. So again, this is the first time that I'm seeing this. I'm just reacting in the moment because part of the reason why I do this is I want to improve my skills. I want to be able to, when I'm working with a client or a team, be able to pick up on more things that I'm looking at. So this is the first time I've watched it. And I make no apologies for that. I make no apologies if I miss something, but I'm trying to increase my skills as well. I just happen to be sharing my journey with you, the viewer. Mike Buffer. Fantastic. Looks like a waiter from Frankie and Benny's. Logan Paul is entering the arena. I think this is a fantastic production, by the way. YouTubers were getting slated, and this is already better than 90% of the boxing shows that I've been to. Now, just before Logan Paul comes through here, what I would like to say is, you're thinking, well, why am I commenting on boxing? So yes, I've got a psychological background, coaching background, body language specialism background. But I've also been involved in boxing since I was young. It's my passion. It's what I do. Boxing, MMA, and then actually really nothing. That's the that's the interest that I've got. I was lucky enough last year to work with a British champion boxer. So this is me and the guy that I was working with. He's actually fighting this weekend. And I was doing some psychological coaching with him. I've also worked many moons ago with Paddy Fitzpatrick. So if there's any boxing fans out there, he was George Groves' trainer in George Groves' 2 world title fights when he split up with Adam Booth. And I've also been in and around, spreading the mental health perspective with some well-known boxers, and I was lucky enough to be on Sky TV last year promoting male mental health. So not only am I associated with boxing, it's a passion of mine. I've been into it since I was 12 years old. So as well as from a psychological perspective, I do feel like I've got some credibility to be able to give some technical critique or observations as well. So here's Logan Paul. Now, he looks very athletic. Very, very athletic. Matt Lucas has rocked up again with Matchroom. He seems to be a fixture in the Matchroom security stable. Bit of a Deontay Wilder mask going on there. So this is showbiz. I'm liking it. Yeah, if you had to go off a physique only, he looks very impressive. Fair play to Logan Paul. He's obviously prepared. Well, it might be genetically disposed to having a good physique, but he's looking good is what I'm trying to get across. First bottle down. Can't really take anything from the windwalk. He's very calm, very composed. Comes in with the Deontay Wilder arms aloft. Good on him. Actually take in that atmosphere. What we don't know is what's going on inside his head. Let's see if we can see any tells. Again, if you'll notice anything, please comment and subscribe below. If I've missed anything, let me know. Okay, so Logan Paul is in the arena. And this is where it gets real. This is where it's a bit like I can only associate it with when my wife was pregnant, is with that, you know, for 9 months I was telling everybody, oh yes, she's pregnant and we look forward to it. But when her waters broke, shit, it's real, it's here, it's happening. There's, you know, this sort of reality just comes in front of you. And that's quite a normal process, especially for these fighters, and we can talk about it. But when it's here, when it's right now, it starts to affect us, it starts to impact on our hormonal regulation, how we thinking about it starts to affect how we feel about it and how we act. So when we talk about nervous energy, this could possibly be impacting Logan Paul as well as KSI. And often one of the best ways to reflect on this is just think if that was you in that situation. If you've never been in that situation before, you know, at least try and imagine, how would I feel? The cameras, the lights, the action, the audience, the ego, the pride, all of these things come into play from a psychological perspective and how it affects our behaviours and thus performance levels. He's talking to the referee. Okay, when does the other guy come in? Let's see. So there's a little video here. Let's play it from here. So KSI is now coming to do his ring walk. Again, very, very professional setup. Again, used in fair use policy. Fair use laws for comment and critique. So again, another mask. It's very much showbiz. This is good. Deontay Wilder type. Derek Chisora bandana, whatever you call it, across Derek Chisora's face. That actually, is that his tune? Oh yeah, he's actually stopped the bit of Chris Eubank, come on here, stop. I'm going to take it in, simply the best, tapping the gloves. That's what he needs to do next. Another intimidating mask. So yeah, I know this is not a boxing fight, or boxers, or the boxing fraternity would not say it's a boxing fight. It is, it's fantastic, the production value, brilliant. The KSI has entered the ring here. The Nightmare. So I take it he's the champion at the moment, yeah, and this is where it comes into it. So Logan Paul. And I think anybody, yeah, not against just Logan Paul, but anybody like KSI, okay, we're in here, let's just do it. It's that little build-up where you can get that nervous energy, that when you're waiting for the bell to go, that's where you can really have this adrenaline dump that I've been talking about. And I would like to quickly cover that. So where an adrenaline dump can come from is you're aware of the fight or flight. Yeah, or if you're not, there's a reaction that we've got: fight, flight, or freeze, depending which book you read. But essentially what we are doing is we are thinking about a certain situation. So for example, you know, it's caveman times, you see the saber-toothed tiger, and what that does is the sympathetic nervous system creates a drive within the adrenal glands, and they produce adrenaline and noradrenaline, and that's where you get that fight or flight. And you can see it down in Newcastle, the big market on Saturday night, where, hey, come on, son, I'll give it to you. Hey, you want to fight with me? Bush. It's that fight or flight reaction. And what actually goes on here is you cease to be able to see the outside world, and you zone in on that particular threat in front of you. Again, it's only short-term lived, but where that can come into it is where if you've got that nervous energy, and if those adrenal glands are being triggered and you're producing that adrenaline, there has to be a crash at the end of it. There must be a crash at the end of it. So it's a little bit like, what are these fighters feeling? Although they're calm on the outside, we can only see their physical presence, their physical being. What's going on internally, mentally, spiritually? That's what I'm really interested in here. Are they having those adrenaline surges which will then result in a crash later on? So both are just exhibiting normal behaviours, if you can call that, average behaviours, expected behaviours, what would be associated with a boxing fight. So nothing between the two at the moment that's hugely obvious. Okay, so Michael Buffer is back to the stage here. Now this is where the adrenaline dumps can be occurring, yeah? They know that it's coming. They know they're being watched. Again, the imposter syndrome can be coming in here. I'm at a boxing fight. I'm a boxer. How does the crowd expect me to behave? How does the audience behind the cameras expect me to behave? All of these things can be flashing. The Hulk, that adrenaline dump. You know, I was out last weekend, I saw down the big market, some fat lass from Newcastle, somebody had nicked a kebab. Oh! It's that boom, that threat, I want to grab my kebab. It's all these types of stuff can be going on from a hormonal regulation point of view. Are you ready to rumble? It's getting close. The thousands in attendance, they're building this up. What stories are they telling themselves in their head? Let's get ready. Shit just got real. This is happening. And I'm just trying to give you an overview of how the environment may be impacting the cerebral state, the hormonal regulation of the two fighters. America's #1 YouTube star. I think the production so far is brilliant, by the way. Logan Paul. Fair play to Logan Paul. He looks like a fighter. If you're going to go off just athletic looks, muscular definition, he looks like a fighter. So has Vidal Riley trained KSI for both fights? Oh, KSI had 3 now. Comment below and let us know, please. That would be fantastic. The Nightmare, KSI. So KSI looks in shape, although not as defined in Logan Paul. What can you take from that? Interestingly, when I look at Logan Paul, not only how he physically looks, but also his actions, he reminds me of Conor McGregor. So Conor McGregor, I'm wondering here, again, this is me for the first time watching this fight. Is Logan Paul going to come on strong? Is my question. Conor McGregor is renowned for having fast twitch fibers. And the benefit with that is he can start really fast, but then as the fight goes on, they'll tend to fade. The reason why they've got fast twitch muscle is their ability to use oxygen into fuel, glycogen, etc. Bang, it's there, which can be really hard to deal with if you're non-fast twitch. If you watch Khabib and McGregor, McGregor was the vocal one, he was the animated one, he was the gregarious one, comes out at such a fast pace. But then Khabib's a grinder, he just grinds you down, he never seems to stop. So if those people with the fast twitch fibers who are using up all those, the oxygen, the glycogen, etc., cannot dominate, cannot force the stoppage, then it's always interesting about what the other person does. So what I'm seeing here is effectively a McGregor in Logan Paul, from body language, from behaviours, but also from the physical aspect. Looks very, very impressive. KSI, not so. He looks in good shape, but I'm just wondering, has KSI got the engine? That's what I'm taking just off the body language videos that I've done, but also what I'm seeing in the ring. Now again, I might be wrong. I offer no apologies if I am, but I'm just trying to see and observe and offer what's going on in here. Just, my assumption at what could be happening based on body types. So both of them have got impressive physiques, to be fair. Both of them have got impressive physiques. The head guard's going on. Now this is another spike, so it's getting real. Adrenaline, Michael Buffer, the lights, all of these spikes result in that adrenaline push. This could result in a crash, so let's see how it goes here. So let's actually find out who's going to fight. Who are the ones who can fight? Who can handle the occasion? Both of them look quite calm. Bit of a kiss there from KSI. Is he more comfortable? Let's see. Is it an act? I'm not sure. I actually feel like I'm watching something on Sky on a Saturday night. Beer, boxing, brilliant production. So is there any no little dances, no little ticks, no little behavioural crosses or anything like that I saw? So let's have a look here. So, nice jab by Logan. That is a sharp jab. Good by KSI. Nice. Oh, very quick. So both of them are going to be on edge. They're aware that this is the start. Some nice jabs coming up by Logan Paul here. It's almost just like a sort of reach out jab. Just a touch, just to keep him off balance. So there seems to be quite a substantial size difference between Logan Paul and KSI. Was there any weight difference? There seems to be. Again, comment below if there was. But Logan Paul seems to be very much the larger, more athletic individual. So to be fair, both of them are throwing punches, both of them are feinting, both of them are evading. I quite like that. Logan Paul's got a nice jab. It's like it's a hanging jab, almost like a sort of George Groves jab. Comes from the hip upwards. Both of them are, I would say, KSI is a little bit more light on his feet. Logan Paul's a little bit more set. You'd expect that from the body types. KSI looking a little bit frenetic there. Big right hand by Logan Paul there. Creates a smile from him. He's obviously gained some confidence from that. Both of them have got good stances. KSI doing a little sort of woman type Bambi punch. But again, he's just trying to find his feet. And again, I'm trying to be balanced here. All I'm seeing is what I am observing. Both of them got good stances. KSI's got good reflexes. He's got very good reflexes. So Logan Paul is presenting himself very well, as in physically, standing in front of KSI, which is making KSI flinch, come together in a clinch. Nice one. So I would say Logan Paul seems the stronger of the two, which may be natural because he does seem the bigger one. So again, I'm not too sure how this fight's been matched. What weights did the fight at? Please comment below. Logan Paul's getting a lot of confidence here, and I think KSI is just trying to find his rhythm. That does seem a dramatic size difference. Wow, he is unloading. He is unloading on KSI there. However, KSI takes it. And what's really nice is that he's kept his stance. He's like, okay, yeah, and maybe he's lost that one. How would I give the first one? How would I give the first round to Logan Paul? Have to give that to Logan Paul. So again, both guys, very pressurised situation, come in there. Yeah, I thought Logan Paul dominated that one if I had to choose one. However, what I was surprised with was, like, on average, KSI's reaction levels, the ability to handle those punches, was pretty impressive as well. So 3-4 good punches there from Logan Paul on KSI. So the timing's good, the distance is good. I think this would have surprised a lot of the boxing fraternity from being able to see what is the boxing skills, techniques, their ability to box, which is very nice to see. So okay, round 1 to Logan Paul, that would be my score. But let's see if they can calm it down. The JJ's probably had a spike, KSI's probably had a... Is it JJ or KSI? Yeah, let's see if they can calm it. So JJ tries to put it on him. He said, okay, standing up hasn't worked. But what am I noticing from the body language? So Logan Paul he's got the space to go to the body. Yeah, and again he's coming out with that jab. I wonder if KSI can take him into the deeper waters to maybe tire him out. Because I don't know if you noticed, but Logan Paul's feinting a lot. He's moving a lot, so as well as punching, he's also using a lot of that nervous energy there. Some big windmills coming out. Yeah, some big windmills, nice and composed. So they go from engaging to space, which again is impressive for people who have not had a lot of boxing experience or a lot of boxing fights, especially in the arena. Come on, give them some actually plaudits here. I think KSI may need to adopt a different tact here. So for them to be amateurs, that is a good job. He has got a good job. That's a KSI covering up now. He's trying his best to get inside, and you can't knock him for that. If somebody's got the longer limbs, you might have to look a little bit untidy to get inside, to unload. But Logan Paul is the heavier guy. He carries more muscle. Therefore, I've still got that question about the fast twitch. Is he going to gas out? That is my question here. Again, I might be wrong. That's just what I'm seeing. Very, very dominant now in the first 2 rounds. So both of them just taking a little breath now. Logan Paul's jab there just seems to be coming that little bit slower. Oh, beautiful right hand. But then Logan Paul comes back. Brilliant, fantastic. This is great. This is absolutely great, this. For 2 amateur boxers, this is unreal. So, again, nice backhand by Logan Paul, but good reflexes by KSI, to be fair. Oh, hit after the bell. hit after the bell. So that could be interesting there. Yeah, that could be very interesting to the fact that now what he's done, he's tapped him after the bell. That could dent his ego. That could create a rage situation. That could be inflicting some damage on the pride, which again can be another spike for adrenaline. Let's see how Logan Paul handles that. The little dirty tricks coming out fantastic. So again, all the corners talking to them. Can't really hear what's going on. I would have to give, let's have a look here. So we've got, I mean, that's, this is a really good scrap. Let's be honest. Although the scores, I would have to give it 2-0 to Logan Paul so far. Yeah, he's just dominated him. Although the jab was starting to slow down towards that end of that second round, so it'll be really interesting what actually occurs now. Has he gassed? He's actually taken some deep breaths in the corner. Doesn't mean anything. I'm just commenting on what I'm observing. KSI is coming to the middle. Right, so what's happened here is Logan Paul in the neutral corner. The referee giving KSI some type of talking to. Right, fight. Okay, yeah, obviously punched after the bell. Right, let's see. I think this is where it could get interesting from an energy perspective. Oh, beautiful right hand. Yeah, misses with the right hand. Yeah, and I think if KSI keeps getting frustrated and keeps swinging and missing, that's one of those spikes that's going to reduce his ability to keep going. Now he's come in with a clinch. Now JJ's imposing his strength, if I can call it that, on him, which is interesting. First 2 rounds, Logan Paul wouldn't have had that. Is something going on now? Nice. Nice job again by Logan Paul. Nice light on his feet by KSI. Nice little parry there. Bit of a big breath there from Logan Paul. KSI still light on his feet. Nice and bouncy. But you see Logan Paul's a bit more planted. I think that jab's starting to wane on Logan Paul. I think maybe it's the next couple of rounds if it lasts that long. How long does it last? Oh, beautiful. Beautiful right hand, but then KSI comes straight back there. KSI's got a lot more reflexive energy going on here. Now, KSI's unloading. Now, that didn't happen in the first 2 rounds. What is going on with Logan Paul here? Yeah, okay. So they're sparring, it's almost like they're fencing. And let's be fair, they've both got to be a certain degree of fatigue kicking in here. They've been knackered. Yeah, so both of them are just standing off each other, getting some breaths. Big right hand coming from KSI, but he misses. So both of them are standing off that little bit more. Now, nice head movement by KSI, but he can't finish it. So KSI imposing his will now on Logan Paul. I think on this aspect here, KSI is just starting to creep up on Logan Paul. He seems to be more dominant. He seems to be just putting his will more on Logan Paul here than he has been the first 2 rounds. Both of them fall to the floor. KSI straight back up. Logan Paul takes his time. Interesting. Referee brings them together. Just open another bottle there. What's he talking about here? So the 2 of them are coming out. Brilliant in the clinch. So Logan Paul's trying to clinch him now. So rather than trying to maul him, he's trying to hold on to him. Again, it's all these little things that give you an inkling of what's going on in his head. So let's see what's happening here. Logan Paul is bending over, trying to... That's how he sits down. That KSI is, again, he looks very slow, very methodical. Logan Paul looks like he's feeling the most out of the two of them, which, to be fair, he would be. But this is what I was talking about there. This is where I think maybe his JJ starts to come over. He starts to, KSI, whatever you want to call him, he's got pseudonyms. He starts to impose his will more. Is this the fast twitch theory that I was talking about? Is this the Conor McGregor where he gets gassed? I think this round's going to be very interesting. There's 3 people talking to Logan Paul there at once, which is never handy. You know, the guy's been getting hit in the face. I've got 3 people talking to me. I can't hear what you're saying. One person should just speak. KSI is in the ring first in the middle. Again, Logan Paul's coming in. Right, let's see how this round goes. Round number 4. Nice job by Logan Paul, nice and sharp. KSI, good head movement. That is fantastic head movement. Oh, now they're rocking. Now they're doing it. Oh, he's swinging for the hills. Zero boxing technique. They're just fighting. Good head movement. KSI, the ability to you know, to roll under it and then step in. Have a look here. So trying to clinch. So KSI is coming on. Again, lovely head movement. You cannot knock the head movement of KSI. The way he comes under and moves his feet is impressive. There's Logan Paul. Is he good? Can he get that big right hand by Logan Paul? But that jab is definitely waning. Which is a shame for Logan Paul because that was a weapon. That was an absolute weapon. It's like as if Logan Paul hasn't got anything left in his punches. Like if you were to compare rounds 1 and 2 versus now, that they are like night and day. KSI still light on his feet, still bobbing and weaving, still coming back on his tiptoes. So his manoeuvrability is far exceeding Logan Paul's here. Logan Paul can't even get his head out the way at the moment. So again, I think Logan just relying on that big right hand. His jab was hugely effective in the first 2 rounds, but he just doesn't seem to be able to keep KSI off him at the moment. Good reflexes by Logan Paul, still there. Again, big right hand. So when people get fatigued in a fight, they tend to rely on those fundamental basics, which Logan Paul, he just bang, I want to hit them with that right hand. But fair play to him, he is still in the fight. That's the thing, he's still in the fight. Again, because they're mauling each other, it's really hard to get anything from a body language perspective. But I think both of them are feeling it because both of them are standing off now. Logan Paul's done a little bit better in round number 4, I believe. But I just don't think he's done enough. Yeah, both of them are sort of pity-patty now. The energy levels have dropped. KSI's head movement is not what it was. So Logan Paul, big breaths on his seat. Big breaths. Same with KSI as well. But I would say that out of the 2 of them, Logan Paul looks a little bit more knackered. But again, he's bigger, he's stronger. As I said before the fight started, he carries a lot of muscle, which is great for power, especially if you can release that into that fast twitch. But those muscles require oxygen, those muscles require glycogen. He is, and I think that's what's taking his toll now. Without bigging myself up, again, just trying to be authentic, I think I wasn't far off with the McGregor-Khabib comparison. And there's nothing worse than being knackered in a fight. Especially for something like this, for both fighters. You know, their head will be going. But it gets to that self-preservation where You know, both fighters may actually not be thinking about the crown now. It's about that self-preservation. If they're both tired, how do I just get through this without losing face? So Logan Paul usually comes out with the jab, and he does again. Tell you what, that was 3 good jobs from Logan Paul there. Again, it's a bit like McGregor. McGregor sometimes towards the end of the fight gets some energy. It's the middle rounds where he starts to lose it mentally. He tells himself that he's tired. And then when he knows he's only got a couple of rounds back, then he comes back. Is this what's happening with Logan Paul? Are we going to see a resurgence of Logan Paul's brilliant jab? And it is a good jab. Someone that he hardly an amateur pedigree. Is this his first fight? Comment below. But that is a good jab. George Groves jab. I think both of them are feeling it now. I think both of them. I think these last 2 rounds is going to be hard, which is entertaining. So both of them are swinging for the hills. Very lackadaisical right hook there from Logan Paul. Lacked energy, lacked venom, lacked everything there. Referee stops it again. JJ slow to come out of the corner. Oh, he swings for the hills. If you notice, the boxing technique from KSI has gone here. He's trying to put everything into that one particular punch to go down. So that could indicate that he's feeling it. He's feeling the pressure here. Again, I'm not trying to be biased towards one or the other. I'm just playing what I'm seeing, what I'm noticing, what's drawing my attention. Please comment below if you think I'm fair, if you think I'm missing anything. But KSI is tired here. His head's down. His head movement's gone. Logan Paul is putting it on. Oh, this is interesting. So again, just that bit of body action by KSI gave Logan Paul that, oh, I've got him. Now, again, Anthony Joshua had that versus Klitschko. Is this where KSI comes back? And Logan Paul is now in that dump. He had that rush of, I've got him, I could get him out there, I could kill him. But now is that he's trying to regain his energy. It's the same with Klitschko and Anthony Joshua. Joshua thought he had him, and then Klitschko took advantage when Joshua had that energy dump. Yeah, both of them are just standing to them mauling now. They have had it. They have had it. Fantastic fight from both boxers though. Yeah, the boxing technique has gone, the stance is gone, the ability to hold that guards down. It's just, they're swinging from the hills. If you notice, they're swinging from the torso area, the thoracic, the core area, because they just haven't got anything left. They are, both fighter needs props for this fight. Oh, KSI was trying to unload there towards the end of the round. So this is it. Here we go. This is going to be the interesting one. Logan Paul is almost taking a bow against the ropes. He is knackered. He is absolutely gone. So physically he's spent, mentally he's spent, but he's still in there. He is still swinging from the hills the same as KSI. So again, I would have to give that round to KSI. If I had to choose one, it would be KSI. So even though he had that little shuffle for me, and again, it's debatable. It might that you know, what Logan Paul done there was very effective, but was only a small part of the fight. How will the judges score it? We don't know. The final round. This could be interesting. This is where it is. Balls to the wall. Yeah, balls to the wall. Let's go for it. But 3 minutes is a long time to fight. Oh, both of them. Just give everything. Yeah, everything that they've been taught is out of the window. Mano against mano. Ego against ego. Punch against punch. Let's go. Both they're coming in with a jab. A little bit better jab. Oh, he's clinching him. He's got him around the back of the head. He's trying to Windy Miller him. Again, so it's a brawl now. It's a brawl. Both of them are tired. This is where it comes mentally. This is where it comes cerebrally. Who spiritually wants it? Who can motivate themselves to get that other angle when they've actually got nothing left? How can they see it? How can they see inside themselves to come up with that motivation to keep going? And unless you've been somewhere like that and that type of, it's really hard to understand how knackered they are and how much props both fighters need. This is brilliant. Oh my God, JJ is swinging for the hills. That was a good 4 or 5 punches against Logan Paul, to which they were unanswered. Logan Paul was just holding on for dear life. Again in the clinch, which I think suits both fighters. I think both of them are tired. Again, JJ still swinging. He seems to be swinging here. Wow, he's good. Oh, what a shot against Logan Paul. He nearly took his head off. And at least Logan Paul's still good. Yeah, he uses his size and to walk him down. That's an indicator of a tired fighter, but he's still in the fight. Oh, KSI is just good, but Logan Paul is still in there. I think we're learning lots from these two fighters here. Not necessarily who's winning, but the learning aspect about what's going on inside the head. Warriors. Oh, and JJ rocks him back again. Logan Paul pushing him back. That's his default position now. Brilliant. Double jab finishes off the fight. So, there. Wow. Well, what did we have? Absolutely fantastic. If any boxing fans who were in any doubt that this has a, was a fight worth watching, then that was all the proof that they needed. So for me, Logan Paul, round number 1, definitely. Round number 2, definitely. And I think it could be debated that KSI won the next 4. Maybe it's round 5 because Logan Paul had that flurry, a fantastic flurry. You could actually look at from that particular angle. But what you can take is that both fighters went under the cosh, they kept going. Both fighters, when they were getting beat, kept going. Both fighters, when they were knackered, kept going. They turned up, they dealt with the nerves, they dealt with the pride. It come from that angle where actually, yes, you could say that, I know it was a draw, KSI, you could debate, won that fight out of the 6 rounds. Again, hinging on round 5, I think that's probably where the draw came from. And you couldn't argue that either way. I mean, obviously, you could argue it. However, Logan Paul did have a very effective flurry. Logan Paul's jab was amazing, absolutely amazing. That's going to be a weapon in the next one. KSI's heart, his reflexes, if he can get his energy up there, if he can get that movement for the full length of the fight, that may be able to negate Logan Paul's strength, his size. But again, the size difference was massive. Were these guys the same weight? Was there a weigh-in? Was there a catch weight situation? I'm not too sure. Just Logan Paul looked massive. I do think I was correct when I said about the McGregor-Khabib type. He's going to run out of gas, because he did run out of gas. That's just factually correct. Big, powerful guy, but those muscles need energy. So again, I think this all builds up to a fantastic fight that is coming up in November. So fight number 2, if you will. Oh my God, who would I bet on off that and just that alone? Because both fighters are going to improve. Both fighters know each other now. But Eubank, Ben too, they've been in the ring, they've done the time, they've got to know each other, they've tasted leather. I'm just not too sure. I'm not too sure. What do you think? based on that, you know, what are your opinions? Hopefully you found this video fair and balanced. You know, I haven't tried to take sides. I'll put the links down to the body language analysis that I've done on the USA and UK press conference below. But again, I would love to hear your feedback. Please join us on Twitter and Instagram. And if you've got any other videos, what you would like me to do, comment below, send us a message, and I'll try my best to do that. Believe in Bruce. Thanks very much.